If I've learned one thing from the Yu-Gi-Oh anime, it's that you never mess with my friends. We have finally made it to the March month, and I am kind of sad to say that we did not make it to 9,000 subscribers, but guys, don't you worry. I'm actually going to be a nice guy, and I'm just going to go ahead and extend it to where the moment that we reach 9,000 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away 3 mini set bundles. So I imagine it's going to happen the next couple of days. So go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel, because I imagine that once we post our first deck spotlight after the nerfs, I think we're going to hit that amount. So go ahead and tell your friends, tell your family, tell whoever likes Hearthstone to check out HELLSCREAM on YouTube, because I've got a deck that I think that they're going to fall in love with. And the deck that I am currently in love with the most right now is 100% Quest Druid. I was able to hit Legend this season primarily while playing this deck, although I do have to admit that I was supplementing some wins with Frost DK because learning this deck at first was kind of difficult. I was able to manage like a 70% win rate with this deck the very first time I started playing it, which really led me on to like, okay, this deck has to be extremely good, right? So here are my stats the very first time that I played the deck. I went 12 and 14 with it. However, if you were to look at my stats now, it's not looking pretty good in the Druid department because unfortunately, I was only able to maintain a 55% win rate over the course of about 80 plus games. And it's really sad because if you look at the beginning of my wins, I was dominating with this deck extremely efficiently to the point where I was maintaining 70% after playing this deck for 5 hours. But then I started playing with the reset happened and everyone was playing Frost DK, and then that's where these losses really started to come out. But like, if you look hard enough at these stats, I literally did not have a triple loss streak until about the 40th game. So this deck has a lot of potential, and the reason why I'm showcasing it is because Levick was able to reach rank 1 legend with a archetype of this deck. Unfortunately, he's the only one that is running Spammy Arcanist and Lingering Zombie, which is really the main differences in this list. I'll go ahead and find the English deck, so that way you guys can properly, you know, get a look at this at first glance and see what's going on. But the Spammy Arcanist, Lingering Zombie synergy was something that a lot of people were paying attention to, but I hate to say it, it's really not that good, especially if you're playing a top legend where opponents are playing around almost everything that you can do. I don't think that the synergy is necessarily bad, but I believe that this is taking a tempo deck and making it a lot more into a combo deck and a lot more like a deck that is scared to go all in with the Anubercon and sometimes going in with Guff. And I don't know. I think that Lingering Zombie and Spammy Arcanist don't work too well with this deck. So that's a good point out. This is a good time to point out that Bunny Hopper also was able to reach rank 1 legend with Quest Druid, but he took a little bit of a different approach, and this list is actually 1 card away. Exactly 1 card away from the list that I'm already playing. Bunny Hopper, all he did was took out a Scale of Onyxia and put in a Coroner, which I'm still trying to figure out why. I think the Coroner is mostly for the freeze in order to deal with a 4/5, so you don't have to take unnecessary damage for a turn, which can be kind of game-winning. Or there might be the case that you want to silence a taunt, so that way you can win with Guff if you have to play for tempo. And this is where I really learned how to play the deck, was reading this tweet. Sometimes Hearthstone tweets can really put things in context. But Bunny Hopper here is saying that he had a great climb with Legend due to his version of Control Druid, or I'm sorry, his version of Druid. Coroner was actually really decent, but I really like the Underking suggested by Saudi. It's so much easier to become a Tempo King with a Nubercon. Half of my wins were combo, half of my wins were tempo. And if you look back at the Levick list, there's not even Underkings in this deck, and that's exactly what the problem was with this deck. Survivability was difficult, even though you had cards like Spammy Arcanist to sometimes get you out of it, but that wasn't the card that you needed. You needed cards like Underking, like Scale of Onyxia. These cards are super important in order to keep up with the Frost DK matchup, so that way you're not just dying every single time Marrow gets played on 6. So, with this in mind, what exactly is Quest Druid good against? Because I'll tell you right now, it's not the strongest into Frost DK, but it does have game against it, and I don't want to hear anybody being like, wow, Quest Druid's bad because it can't beat its favored matchup. No, it's just that Frost DK is insane, but the fact that this deck can maintain a 40%, almost a 50% win rate against Frost DK in top 100 Legend has to be worth something, because this deck does have game against Death Knight to the point where you're removing, you're gaining armor, and then you're playing for combo. The rest of its matchups are kind of meh. Thief Rogue is really good. Priest is pretty good if you don't fight Quest Priest and they don't feel your win conditions. Fell Demon Hunter, didn't know this was a favored matchup, but if you look more into the legend stats, it starts to tamper off a little bit because the Frost Death Knight matchup is a matchup where you have to play perfectly. I have to stress that because this matchup has given me a lot of stress over the past couple of days. But you have Blood Death Knight sitting at a 53. I was beating this matchup every single time unless they had patchwork value, and sometimes that does happen. Evolved Shaman, by far the worst matchup outside of like Unholy DK. Anything that hits you in the face, like Pure Paladin, is gonna suck. So this is where I want to be able to suggest this deck after the nerfs happen today, which are going to be happening at 1 p.m. Eastern in case you guys don't know what time. But I think this deck has potential of actually being a front runner of the meta, as long as aggro decks are not ruling everything. Like, if there's like this mid-range, almost like, I don't want to say control meta going on, but if there's a slower meta going on, then Quest Druid is really going to shine because of its matchups against these popular decks. And so what exactly would I suggest when it comes to like the mulligan of this deck? The mulligan is kind of weird because there's a lot of cards you keep in certain situations, and I actually have a Levick tweet that'll put this all into context. But let's look at some of these stats, and unfortunately, while looking at HS Replay, if you look at top 1000, the only one that's seeing play right now is the spammy Lingering Zombie build. So this deck has a 45% win rate, doesn't look that good, at least I don't think people are playing it perfectly. But these other lists, like this one for example, has a 57% win rate. It's a lot closer to the Bunny Hopper list. Crypt Keeper is a card that some people think is really good into that matchup, but I think this card is just a 30th card or a 31st card. I'm not sure if I 100% like it. I'm not sure about Mark of the Spike Shell either, because you really don't need to double up your guff that way. However, if you want to look at some mulligan stats, Nourish, Rake, Park Panther, Pharaoh Rage, Pounce, Innervate, Moonlit Guidances are all cards that you can sometimes keep in certain situations. But I would just really take it from the guy that popularized this deck himself, Levick. Levick was talking about the mulligan of this deck to somebody, and he's saying that you always keep Mine, Seedlock, and Guff. I'm not sure about the Mine, Captured Coldtooth Mine. There's a reason for it, and I'll explain here in a second, but I don't know if you're supposed to keep it. Rake against DK, Panther against DK if you go second, Nourish against slower decks, Innervate if you already have the Seedsman, so that way you have a better chance of drawing Nourish, Guff or Nourish, Path Maker if you always, if you have Mine or Nourish plus Coin already in hand. The stats on Mine really don't make it look all too enticing in all honesty. So if we look at the Levick list for example, the Mine is actually like one of the worst cards in the deck. Mulligan win rate rise. See, 41%, a gigantic difference between Innervate and Captured Coldtooth Mine. And again, Lingering Zombie and Spammy Arcanist, the lowest mulligan win rate cards because of how they're played. And I just don't like these cards that bring down the deck so much. So I think that Coldtooth Mine definitely has synergy. I just don't think that you're on the Spammy Arcanist because cards like the Underking and Scale are 100% necessary from what I've experienced. You absolutely need those clears. One other thing to point out, and the reason why I'm still running Capture Coldtooth Mine, the reason why you play this card is because you get a Numbercon absolutely guaranteed for free every single time. It is the main reason why you're running it in this deck, is because this is your combo tool. This is the most important tool in the deck to either play for Guff for tempo or to do something else with your main combo with like Astalor and whatnot. But the thing is, like, first of all, you need armor. Second of all, you need to draw it. So this card is a good way of being able to draw it. And if you already have it, then you can use Capture Coldtooth Mine on your 0 drops in order to, you know, draw Innervate, draw Aquatic Form. And there have been times where I have Seedsman in hand and Capture Coldtooth Mine in hand. I will play Coldtooth Mine, draw in Innervate from my deck. So that way Widow Seedsman can find Nourish. Like, there are so many little synergies with this deck that I can't go through all of them, but that is just a taste of what this deck is able to do. So in the clips coming up ahead, there's some really insane games that I hope you guys are going to enjoy. One against another Hearthstone content creator, against Ant actually, and my god, that was just an amazing game, and I just have to give that one a certain shout out, because Ant is a great content creator, and it was a really fun game. But that is Quest Druid in a nutshell, I guess. I think this deck is still going to be really good post nerfs, depending on what gets nerfed, and if, you know, control-ish long game plan decks are the way to go. I think this deck does have a lot of game. It's a solid combo deck, and it can actually fight for tempo, and it has a legitimate way of being able to play the Guff quest reward. You're not going to do it every single time, but half of your games, well, not half of your games, but a good 1/4% of your games are going to come down to getting armor from the quest, or drawing, or getting all the cards and playing Guff just to gain armor or to deal damage with them. One more thing that I will point out is, I actually wish I pointed this out a little bit sooner, because this is really funny, but apparently, according to the stats, the last time that I checked, people actually keep Guff more than they keep the quest. And I think the only reason why this is the case is because you don't want to keep the quest in the mirror matchup, because the mirror matchup comes down to Astalor. So the last piece of advice that I will give on this deck is to know when to go for your Astalor win con and when to go for the Guff win condition, and when you need to change that win condition. That third part is probably the most important piece of advice that I can give you, is that you have to be able to know when to flex your game plan, because this deck can fall flat if you miss 1 or 2 turns, especially if you miss 2 turns. Like, this deck really can't afford to hold off on its game plan when you can either deal 16 damage to the face with your face, or just straight up kill them with Astalor. But like I said, that's pretty much everything with this deck, now that I remembered that last piece of advice about the quest. This deck takes a lot of skill. I think it does take a little bit of finesse in order to understand how to get through these little gameplay differences, because your turns are super important. Knowing when to ramp and knowing when to survive is the key thing in order to understand with this deck in order to do well with it. And I do believe this will do decently past rotation, because it can beat aggro decks depending on how you use your attack cards. But that is my opinion on Quest Druid. It's probably the most fun deck that I've had in this very frustrating Frost DK meta. And the reason why I wanted to wait to make this deck was because I wanted the ranks to be able to support it. I wanted the games to be able to back up my thoughts. And I also, you know, someone else hit rank 1 legend with it, so it's easy to turn this into a video. So thank you guys so much for making it to the end of this deck breakdown. If you like this kind of content, feel free to like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel to be notified about any of our future updates. And I'm really looking forward to these nerfs, which will open up the meta significantly, in my opinion. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video, and we'll see you for the next one. Oh, yo, it's Ant! Oh, wait, but he's playing Shaman. Does he have coin? I have the coin. Alright, sweet. Pretty big difference there, dude. Shaman with coin and Shaman without the coin in the Druid matchup. My god. Okay, hold on a minute. Yo. Is this the nuts? I get to nourish on 3 and immediately draw 3 cards. And now I already have the Astalor. I'm not gonna lie, dude. These lyrics are kind of cringe. I don't really like the lyrics, but the beat does slap. I do like the beat. But I'm not really a big fan of the lyrics, so I'm gonna go ahead and just skip the rest of it. Dude, what is with this EDM? Like, this is not EDM. This playlist is lying to me. I need to pick something else. This is not the energy that I wanted. Here, I guess we'll go with chill gaming then. We'll go with chill gaming in order to produce that vibe that clearly we're giving off right now. Thank you. Do we hero power? I think we moonlit instead. Another capture Cold Tooth Mine? Or another Park Panther? I could also just play the pounces in order to kill both minions. I kind of don't hate that in order to make Vol'jin a little weaker. Not to mention that, like, I get to just draw a card out from my deck. That's the main reason why I'm doing this, but the double kill is pretty useful as well. Gotta draw 3, so that's the reason why I'm fine with drawing this from my deck, to make it feel like a draw 4 instead. Ramp, okay. Ramp always feels good. Vol'jin is a little scary though, but we have this to deal with maybe with whatever comes out. As long as it's not Glug. Okay, he's swarming me. Yeah, I guess with the piranhas in hand, you would never play Vol'jin here. Thank you so much for that follow. Hope you're having a good one. As we turbo liftoff. Find Guff somehow. I guess, you know, can't ask for everything. Maybe he's at the bottom of the deck. If I could use Rake if I wanted to, like, get rid of everything, but no matter what, he can play a minion, so I can't play around Vol'jin. Do I talk or speak Spanish? I can read Spanish, but that's about it.
and I have to use context clues. I am not very fluent in Spanish whatsoever. I have had the equivalent of American Spanish classes. Your opinion on my fluency of the language is probably correct. I definitely do not speak Spanish very well. Like, I can kind of read. Like, if you give me something in Spanish, I might be able to read it. More so, you know, I get more people cursing at me in Russian for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, those Russians. Okay, so I have my guff now. How do I deal with this? Park Panther into all of that? That's actually a way to kill it. Rake OP, dude. Rake just super freaking good, dude. S tier card from mini set. We just need to find. Oh no. Oh, don't hurt me, Ant. Wait, find Doomsayer. If you're gonna wait, does it evolve 2 or 1? Oh, it's 2. Okay, it's never Doomsayer. Oh! Oh, yay! Oh my god. Find Bran.
This must be the way. Think of think. That rope's burning again.
Okay, alright. Hold on. No, we're fine, dude. We're fine. Captured Coldtooth Mine into Bran. We've got our Bran. And if we get lucky and hit the other Captured Coldtooth Mine, we're fine. But he really just needs to not find a taunt here. Oh, no. Oh, my God, you! Why did I... Wait, how did you find it? No wonder I wasn't thinking about putting on Shadow Step. What the fuck? You filthy high roller, Ant. You filthy high roller. Oh my god. He got it off of a random Shadow Geist that or Elbow Geist that he evolved from a totem. Oh my god, Ant, you dirty high roller. I think I can still win, though. Yeah, we're still fine, actually. Yo, Solar Doto, good to have you here, man. Hope you're having a good one. Thanks for stopping on by. Wait, do I need to get lucky with my Astalor now? I think this is lethal. 11. 11, 13.
As our husks break, your hearts stops. Nobody messes with my
I need these 2/2s dead. As long as these 2/2s are dead, we win. Nice try, Ant! Nice try! Oh my god, nice try, dude. Oh, you thought I needed Bran? You thought I needed Bran? Nah, I don't need Bran. I have the power of friendship and anime on my side. Oh my god, that Shadow Step, dude. What an insane game. Alright, another guy playing Frost DK. Let's beat him up. We gotta practice this matchup anyway. We'll keep Astalor, we won't keep Bran. I'm always fine with just playing this on turn 2, so that way I can try to contest minions. But if he plays weapon, then he plays weapon.
And close enough. Our gift of the arcane
Not bad.
enlightens us.
Find innervate. Okay, hold on a minute. This is bad. This is very bad. Well, there's Goof. And this kind of doesn't make a difference.
The citadel stands strong.
Neat. Pretty slow start. This guy didn't switch, did he? I don't think he switched.
All it takes is no.
Alright, well, we don't have Nourish, but we have Guff. Oh, man. Okay. The reason why this song will always have a special place in my heart, even though I don't think Three Doors Down is that good of a band, is because when I was younger, I don't want to say fixated on my name, but I was pretty fixated on my name and like obsessed with the concept of like Superman. And like if something had like Superman or my name in it, I loved it. I feel like that's just like a very kid-like thing to have when you're that young. Like you love anything that, you know, that resembles you sort of thing. Like your name is a big thing. And I was always like super happy that I had the name of a superhero. That was always great. We'll just goof around. I'm a goofy goober. That was something else that my dad would call me, a goober. I never understood that. I know it's your top 100 match, but if you lose, don't you need more time? I guess he's thinking about not losing. Okay, well that's a lot of minions, mate. That'd be a lot of minions. I'm going to keep the egg alive. Yeah, dude, scale's super important. It's amazing how many times this card has saved me. It leaves up so much more damage. I'm gonna get marrowed though, aren't I? Ugh. No marrow, let's go. Meryl. Every single time I say Marrow outside, I immediately think of Meryl from Pokemon. Man, if I had a chance of getting top 100, it's definitely gone now.
Understand the code.
Do I kill the 3/3? Do I swing face with all of this damage, man? At 10 attack. Or is it 8? Wait, hold on. No, it's 10, right? No, it's 8. Okay. Nah, I just gotta focus on just removing his options, right? Marrow comes down. It's not really a threat, although that's kind of a threat. So I need to find Bran and capture Coldtooth Mine. Oh, yo. Coldtooth?
This must be the way.
This draws 3, I think. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm so stupid. Oh, I'm so stupid. Oh, I'm so stupid. Whoops. Hey! Doesn't matter.
You're not getting in.
Oh, wait. Fuck! Fuck-ups left and right, dude. Oh, my God. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. What am I doing? What am I doing? Dude, I actually could have just thrown the game by doing this. Not only did I not gain 6, but I left onto the field 5. That's 11 difference. Don't tell me this is actually gonna kill me now. It was Under King, dude. It was supposed. What? Why did this card have to ruin everything this turn? Why did it have to ruin everything this turn? We're fine. We're fine. Oh my God! Everything could have gone wrong, dude. Everything could have gone so wrong this game. It's a good thing, you know. It's 56, not 46. Oh my God. Luckily, the board space isn't an issue either, because I wasn't a complete idiot and played the third one. Alright, I think 3 more wins could technically do it, but 3 more wins in 17 minutes, is that even possible?
It isn't over between us, brother.
Okay,
Much to answer for.
just go ahead and mulligan everything. I don't like keeping quest against a demon hunter, because if I don't hit ramp, I'm just not gonna win. But that's just kind of how this deck works, man. If you don't hit ramp, you just don't win. 404 cannot comprehend rank. All right, come on, buddy. I need you to make quick moves. Blood Mage, wow. Just tempoing that card? How bad is your hand where you want the Blood Mage just to give you the draw? Your Blood Mage was a loot hoarder, my friend. I'm a genius. Now I'm more likely to draw Nourish. Oh, now I'm just unlucky. Oh my, dude, I'm so good at this game. I'm so good at this game, but this game keeps me down. Missed the 1 in 3, never lucky, dude. I'll top deck Nourish, don't worry. Or maybe it's at the bottom now. Astalor? You know, I actually kind of like this play for tempo reasons. Alright, not bad, not bad. Okay, fine. Still kind of slow, dude. It's turn 5 and he hasn't really done anything. Oh, we have it now. We just need the ramp. Yeah, just drawing 7s, because then I can just play Under Kings. If we hit Nourish, we'll insta-play it, but for now, we're just kind of chilling until we get that. Alright, so yeah, I need to hurry up and end this game. Now that we know how it's ending. Nourish next turn, Guff next turn. Man, we only got 4 minutes, dude. You can't think. You want that top 400 or don't you? Or don't you? Yeah, dude, I'm gonna be 1 win away from top 100. That's so sad. I had 1 game I blatantly threw. I could have made top 100 if I win this game. Sad days. Maybe I'd queue a game of Evolve Shaman and get lucky at the scam. If I can win the next minute. Come on, give me Guff. Give me Guff, give me Nourish. Oh my god, it gave me Nourish. Alright, GG. Hurry up. Hurry up. Damn it, dude. I needed 1 more game. Oh my god, competitive Clark could have been real. If only this wasn't the shortest month of the year. Give me more time, Blizzard. Give me more time. Alright, definitely not enough to keep alive. 35, 45, death. Almost top 100. There's no way we make the jump. Debatably, we need 2 more wins from here. Alright, so I'm gonna quickly use the bathroom since we got like 2 minutes left, and then we'll start the new season. But hey, not a bad attempt, right? Not a bad attempt. I'm happy that we ended up with like a 72% win rate. Jesus, dude, 24 and 9 with this deck. If I literally repeat this, we're gonna hit legend in half the time. Alright, 122, I'll accept that rank.